This is our Star Wars The Force Awakens review. We saw the film 2 days ago. So, we're going to talk about what we thought about it. Now, you could say it was a moral focus on the what happens when people overthrow their governments and then there's a power struggle and then even worse people come in, such as what happened in the Middle East and with ISIS. Or it's just a bit of entertaining, and I'm going a bit too much deep into it.
Well, looking at it, you can see a lot of influence in our history, including the Nazi Party coming to power and World War II tactics is as well coming.
Other than that, okay, I really enjoyed it. Now, I recently watched the first 6 before watching this, but not going to really go into them too much because I want to focus on this film. But one thing they didn't do is the green screens, and they kept the CGI down to a minimum because they had real props, real sets and stuff.
Loads of puppets.
Yeah, everyone knows that, but it shows, it works. Instead of like having just 2 people standing there talking while everything's going on in the background, they're in the action, and you notice that right from the beginning and all throughout that they are in the environment that they're acting in.
I was a bit disappointed with Max von Sydow because he wasn't in it long and there wasn't a lot of explanation to his character. Hopefully there might be some back film information in the second one, maybe, I don't know, to explain him, but unless you've got to read the novels, I don't know.
I felt they did copy a lot of ideas from the original Star Wars A New Hope, because there's a lot of ideas in there that you could see where they've taken the reference points from and they've copied it. For example, they've got the droids and they're trying to find them because they've got important information. I won't say what the information is because that will spoil it, but the droids are going along the desert, the stormtroopers are trying to find them, and they've copied that. And there are other things throughout the film, and constantly I was thinking, I can see where they've got the idea from. So it's not like a remake, because it isn't a remake at all. It is a sequel, but at the same time there was a lot of times I was thinking throughout the whole film, I can see this bit in the original film. And I'm not talking about Empire or Jedi, I mean A New Hope. And there's a lot of things all the way through. Well, did you feel that, or was that just me?
Some of it was reminiscent, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what I mean about the droids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was the planet with the castle was quite interesting. The snow planet as well was interesting. But obviously, it's not Hoth; it's something else. But
yeah. So yeah, again, and like with the aliens, and you go into an environment. There's aliens playing music and they're all talking and stuff, and maybe that's just what happens in that galaxy. You have lots of clubs
nightclubs,
where they play music a lot, and then they have bars like that. So yeah, but I did enjoy it. It's not a criticism. I enjoyed the entire film. At no point anywhere in the film did I think, oh, I'm not enjoying this. Actually, from the very instant
set go, it was enjoyable.
The big writing comes up, Star Wars. And then all the way through, right the way through to the credits, I actually, it had me gripped the whole way. There wasn't a low point that I felt.
Definitely. I mean, there's the new characters, we still don't know who are they connected to from the original series, but I think some of them are.
Yeah.
So hopefully season number 2 will pan that out.
It'll be number
2 in this lot.
Yeah.
Episode 8.
It'll be number 8.
Hopefully episode 8 will explain a lot more.
Yeah. They're filming the episode 8.
Yeah.
And it does leave, at the very end, it leaves you. It was not so much a cliffhanger because you knew what was going to happen because they're leading all the way up to the bit at the end.
But there's definitely a cliffhanger there. Hopefully, we'll find out.
Sorry. Hear that.
Sorry. Hopefully, we'll find out what he will say to her.
Yeah. But who is he and who is her?
So yes.
Stop fiddling. God.
I know. Sorry. Yeah. So then we should be good with that. There's a lot of editing to do. Never mind.
Yes, there is. It's going to be very difficult to edit.
Sorry. But yeah, it should be good.
So yeah, the new a lot of people going on about the new actress Daisy. What's her name? Daisy.
Right. No.
No, Ray's the character.
Oh right. Okay. I'm not sure.
The actress Daisy. We'll just call her Daisy. We're on first name terms of her. I thought she was good. And a lot of people have been saying, you know, she's going to go into bigger things, and I think she will. And the new guy who plays Finn, what's his name?
Now I'm forgetting that as well.
Okay, that will be now flashing on the screen now. Okay, so them, I thought they were good. For their first big major films, they actually did a good job in that.
Also the Ace X-wing pilot was good as well.
Yeah. So and you see the Resistance come in. The Empire has gone. I'm going to say that it's not too much of a spoiler to say the Empire's gone, because you kind of get that at the end of Return of the Jedi. But as I was saying at the beginning of this, it's like, imagine somewhere like Iraq, that Saddam Hussein, he's not a very nice guy, but the country's pretty stable, and then invading forces go in, and then after that there's a power vacuum, and then shit happens. So imagine that in a galactic scale.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the Empire. They're not nice, but things are stable in a, you know, bad sort of way.
This lot are worse than the Empire.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yes.
they I think they're more dictatorship more than the Empire.
Well, I think they're just insane.
Yeah, maybe that's what
They're crazy. The guy, what's his name? The guy with the mask.
Oh, well, yeah, we know who we're talking about.
We're going to flag... Sorry, this review's a bit shit because we can't remember the names of the characters. I mean, we saw this film 2 days ago and...
Yeah, but yeah...
The bad guy. I'm going to put a picture of him just here, right? That guy there. Right? When I've edited this, there'll be a picture of him there.
His second in command's even worse.
Yeah, he's mental, basically.
He's worse than Moba... No, what's his name? What Peter Cushing played in the first New Hope. Graham Moff, or whatever his name was. He's worse than him, this new second in command.
Basically, we're getting old and our brains don't work. We're getting senile.
But yeah, it's... he comes across worse than that character Peter Cushing played.
Yeah, basically. So he's the new bad guy, and he's taken after. He's trying to take after Darth Vader. That's not really a spoiler because you see it in the trailer.
Yeah,
he's talking to Darth Vader's burnt out mask.
Yeah.
So he's basically trying to be like him.
Yeah, and he's commander. Of the main forces is worse than Peter Cushing's commander from New Hope, that's for sure.
They're all a bit mental, and obviously the technology's moved on. In New Hope, they built the Death Star. They've got the ability to build a ship that can destroy planets. And obviously, with all technology, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say they've advanced that technology a bit.
To take out more planets.
I mean, that's just common sense. Technology moves on. Also, some of the stormtroopers have started to learn how to shoot straight. So, if they carry on like this in another 4 or 5 films, that old joke about a stormtrooper and a red shirt get into a fight, the stormtrooper misses every shot but the red shirt still dies. So I'm doing a cross-reference Star Wars, Star Trek one there. If you don't get that joke, you're not geeky enough. In another 4 or 5 films, that joke might not be valid because some of them have learnt how to shoot straight.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
And let's face it, in the new Star Trek films, I think the red shirts survive a bit better than they used to.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going off topic there. That film comes out next year, so we'll do a review on that next year.
Yeah.
Go watch it if you haven't. Chances are, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to watch it anyway. Or you have watched it.
Even if you haven't seen the first odds films, you can still watch this without...
It does work in its own right, actually.
Yeah.
It does work without having to see the others. It helps to have seen the others. I mean, when the first time you see Han Solo come on the screen or Princess Leia, if you know who they are, You know, it's like, oh look, old characters familiar. You know, like old friends are back. But you know, it does work without having to see them. So if you're, you know, and there was actually quite a lot of little kids when we saw it in the cinema, actually, weren't there?
Mm.
And I'm not sure if they would have seen the original Star Wars or appreciated them on the same level, but you know, you don't need to have seen them. But go watch the originals anyway, except for episodes 1, 2 and 3 because they suck. Especially episode 1. We survived years without having to see episodes 1, 2 and 3, so you don't
And we sort of regretted watching some of the first 3 now.
Yeah, especially with the green screen. I think that's one reason why they deliberately had I don't know if they had no green screen at all, but they definitely, if they did have any, it was definitely at a very minimum, and the computer effects were at a minimum. Obviously, you got bits of like the Millennium Falcon flying around that had to have been done on computer, and they'd build a life-size model. When we saw the reports of that when they're filming, but I don't think it was an actual flying version.
No.
So obviously there are computer effects in there, but they've got it right down to a minimum. There's just subtle background tweaks. It's not like George Lucas went a bit crazy, like when he rehashed episodes 4, 5 and 6, and he did the special editions, put more computer effects in, and then they did the DVD version and more computer effects, and then the Blu-ray edition and more computer effects, and then he made the Phantom Menace, and what was the other one? What was the next one?
Clone Wars,
and then
Revenge of the Sith.
And it was just all computer graphics. It was all green screen, and it looks awful. It's not aging well, actually. To be honest, I've watched them recently, and they're not aging well. Which is one reason
I personally
haven't done that.
think the first 3 films are a little bit more. The colour's too bright on them.
Yeah, it just doesn't look natural, does it?
Look, the colouring is too light.
Yeah.
Now you see this new one, the colouring seems to match better with the real life areas.
Well, do you know they filmed this one with film? They didn't, because at the moment all the film studios are using digital cameras, a bit like what I'm recording on now.
Okay.
But they used film. They actually used proper film.
Well, I don't know if that makes a difference.
I think it makes a big difference.
But I think the lighting was perfect for this film.
Yeah, I think
it was grittier looking.
Yeah, I think that's because they actually used
grimmer
the film.
looking.
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes, 1, 2 and 3, look too clean.
Yeah.
Not enough gritty.
Yeah.
I think that's what, except for part 3 where it starts to look gritty.
Yeah.
When he turns into Darth Vader. But
Yeah.
other than that, before it looked a bit too bright.
Yeah. So, and the action keeps up going. There's a few quiet moments where they're talking, but it is non-stop action though. It's not like, I know I said I wasn't going to compare it to other films. Okay, recently we saw the new Mad Max film, and that is pretty much action from word go all the way through, and that's just like non-stop in your face action. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. There are quieter moments. There are moments where people just chat, and there are a couple of emotional moments in it as well. And there's a bit, where they really got to me. I'm not going to say what it was. That's a spoiler. So it's got exactly the right balance, and it's funny as well. There's funny moments. Must mention that.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying silly, funny, moments. And there are moments when everyone in the whole cinema was laughing because but it's not a comedy though. Don't get me wrong. It's not a comedy.
No, definitely not.
But at the same time,
there's lighter moods as well.
There are bits.
They need the light because it's so dark.
Yeah, but it's a really good balance. They've actually pulled it off. That could have so easily gone wrong. To have a balance between action, and then you've got your emotional scenes, and then you've got your serious scenes, and then your funny scenes, and then your scenes where people are just freaking out and going wah. You'll see that, but to actually get the balance right for all those bits is actually really difficult, and a lot of films fail miserably because they just don't get it quite right.
Yeah.
But I think on this one is pretty much perfect, actually.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Which means, you know, are they going to be able to do it again for episode? What number will that be?
8.
8.
And I think.
7.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully they manage to. No, it's 8.
It
yeah,
is 8
yeah.
because this is part 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, and a lot of people were worried when they were filming this that it was going to be Disney-fied. You don't have to worry about that at all. It didn't even occur to me it was a Disney film.
No.
It was only actually after we were walking out the cinema that I remembered that it was Disney. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that because there was a lot of worry about that, wasn't there? I remember the build-up to it when they're filming. People are like, oh shit, Disney have got it. They're going to ruin it. They haven't.
No.
Not at all.
No. I think it's done well to be taken out of the hands of the curator so it can evolve.
Yeah, and one thing they have done is I was watching this. Oh, I can't remember. It was some program I was watching the other day, and they were talking about it. Because George Lucas had original notes on what he wanted to do with the next 3 films, and what Disney have done, they've taken these notes, they've put them over here in the bin, and then chucked the bin away, and then done their own thing. Which apparently I don't think George Lucas was overly happy about that originally, because I remember reports saying that when the original trailers came out he wasn't going to watch them, he wanted nothing to do with it, but I did see him on the news at the premiere and he was smiling, so he obviously got over it.
Yes.
And they were right to do that, I think, because the film works.
Yeah, he seemed to have mucked up the first 3, really.
Yeah. So, by the first 3, I mean episodes 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Not the first 3 that came out, which is obviously 4, 5 and 6. Which is a bit confusing. Anyway, I don't think there's a lot more we can say about it. I would say, if you're a Star Wars fan, chances are you've already seen it or you're going to see it. So,
yeah, and to all my mates out there who hadn't seen it, it's going to be good. So go and see it.
The only thing I've got worry about, because all film studios do this, I reckon early next year it's going to come out on DVD and Blu-ray, and I'm convinced, I might be proven wrong, but I'm convinced that when episode 8 comes out next year, they're going to release it again as a special edition and with even more scenes. I might be proved wrong, but I'm not going to rush out and buy the Blu-ray just yet, because I'll hold on. Because you know when the next episode 8 comes out, they're going to do a box set of episodes 8 and 7 and 8, and then when episode 9 comes out, they're going to do a box set of episodes 7, 8 and 9, and then they're going to do a box set with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're just trying to milk, because basically Disney's spent a lot of money buying the rights to this, and they need to get their money back, and they're going to do everything they can to get their money back. And we know that. That's not a news story, that's not a spoiler, that is a known fact. They spent a fortune, and they're going to do everything they can, so they're going to be releasing so many different versions. In fact, I've heard one report saying that they're going to release one film a year till 2019. So where are we now? 2015. So it's 15, 16, 17, 18. That's at least 5 films. That's a lot. Well, I doubt very much they'll be able to make the next 5 films as good as this one, because no film studio has been able to do that ever. They just haven't. Doesn't matter what franchise, they just can't do it.
Well, hopefully they will.
We can hope, but history teaches us they won't.
Okay then, shall we wrap it up?
I don't want to end on a pessimistic note, saying that the next 4 films are going to suck. I think we've all learnt the lesson with Jar Jar Binks. Never ever, you know. But in fact, I shouldn't even mention his name during a review on this film. That's just wrong. But there are no annoying characters like that. All the characters And all the minor characters, you see them for a little bit, and then they go, and then you just focus on the main characters. So, and there's a few minor characters that come in. They have their scenes, they say their thing, and then they go. There's a couple of things that aren't. There are a few things that aren't explained. I'm just thinking of one thing at the moment, which I won't say what it is because it will spoil it. But there's a few things which aren't fully explained, but hopefully they will be. I don't see any reason why they can't be explained in the next film. So I'm going to stop now. If there's anything you want to say to finish.
Well, go and see it.
Okay, go and see it. Right, so subscribe to my channel. There's a link on the screen right now of where this picture is. There. Click on that link. Okay, and also watch my previous videos. You'll see me doing silly challenges. You also see previous videos with Steve reading questions while me and Aaron egg each other. That's quite a funny one. Okay, and yeah, and I'll be doing some more videos in the future, so please subscribe, and bye for now.
Bye.